Hi guys, welcome back to Learning English and Literature. In this video, I will analyze the poem by T.S. Eliot, The Journey of the Magi. The Magi, they are the three wise men who visited Jesus and presented him with gifts. Okay, let's see T.S. Eliot's version of uh, the Magi. A cold coming we had of it, just the worst time of the year for a journey, and such a long journey. The ways deep and the weather sharp, the very dead of winter. Now, the Magi, they're complaining about the harsh weather condition as they journeyed through the roads. Now, look at the line here. Say just the worst time of the year, definitely cold winter. Okay, such a long journey, of course. According to the Bible history, the three wise men journeyed from Egypt to Israel, so it's not a short journey from Africa to Middle East or Europe. So they journeyed a long journey. The way is deep and the weather sharp. They were freezing. Okay, they were freezing, and the way was not helpful because of the snow. Of course, they could easily miss their way. Okay, the journey was not smooth and the weather was sharp. They were freezing, and at that time of the year, the journey was very difficult. All the camels galled, soft-footed, refractory, lying down on the melting snow. Our camels were in pain due to the weather. The weather made it so difficult for them to just journey on smoothly. The camels were unwilling to go on, so they lay down in the snow. They collapsed. Okay, there were times, now this is a reflection, this is a kind of a regret. Okay, there were times we regretted the summer palaces and slopes, on slopes, the terraces, and the silken girls bringing sherbet. Now, while on the journey, because of the hell they are going through, in quotes, they started remembering they were when they had fun at their palaces. Okay, they missed the good old days, the days where beautiful women will attend to them. Okay, so this is a direct opposite of the life that they were used to. Then the camel men, they got to the village. Then the camel men, cursing and grumbling and running away and wanting their liquor and women, and the night fires going out and the lack of shelter. Now, the camel drivers were unreliable, full of complaints. Some of them ran away, craving alcohol and women. Our fires kept going out, and it was hard to find shelter. Now, all this made their journey so difficult. The people who traveled along with them also did not make matter easy for them. Okay, uh, they ran away, they abandoned them. Okay, people were supposed to help them, they abandoned them because they were not finding life easy. And the cities, yeah, this is what I was trying to explain. The cities hostile and the towns unfriendly. Now they got to a nearby village, a nearby towns, and the people there were not friendly with them. And the villages dirty and charging high prices. A hard time we had of it. At the end, we preferred to travel all night, sleeping in snatches, with the voices singing in our ears, saying that this was all folly. You see, when they got to nearby villages, the villagers were not friendly to them. They were harsh to them. They charged them exorbitant prices just to sleep in their hotels. Their lodging were expensive. It was a difficult journey. Okay, so they decided, you know what? We'll travel all night and we'll just sleep in just makeshift huts. Okay, now while they were going through all this, they heard voices in their ears saying, look, you should stop this folly and just go back to the luxurious lives you lived before. Then at dawn, we came down at a temperate valley, wet below the snow line, smelling of vegetation. with a running stream and a watermill beating the darkness, and three trees on the low sky. Now, they arrived at a pleasant valley. Now, this is a symbol of hope. It was damp but not snowy and full of plant life. There was stream and a watermill and three trees on the horizon. Now, this stanza is a symbol of hope. Okay, after going through the weather, the unfriendly villagers sleeping in snatches, traveling all night. In the morning, they got to a temperate valley where the weather was not too cold. Okay. And an old white horse galloped away in the meadow. Then we came to a tavern with vine leaves over the lintel, six hands at an open door dicing for pieces of silver, and feet kicking the empty wineskins. But there was no information. And so we continued and arrived that evening, not a moment too soon, finding the place. It was, you may say, satisfactory. We saw a white horse in a nearby meadow. We pulled up at the tavern with vines above the door. People asked us for money. Of course, they saw them as travelers from afar, well dressed. Of course, these are very important people. The Magi, wise men. Okay, when you say wise men, they were astrologers. Okay, people asked us for money, and everyone there was drunk. No one gave us any useful information about where they were going or what they are looking for. So this is another stumbling block. Are they on the right track? That evening, they finally got to Bethlehem. It was well, acceptable, satisfactory. So the star led them to the destination, but they had to just stop by because it was not a day's journey. So they stopped by and they hoped people would give them useful information about where they were going, just to make assurance doubly sure. But the people were drunk and they did not give them any useful information. All this was a long time ago. I remember, and I will do it again. Was set down, this where we led all that way for birth or death. Now, um, this all happened a long time ago, as I recall. If I had to, I would do it again. But write this down. Did we undertake the journey for birth or rebirth? See, this is a self-evaluation of why they took the journey. Now, when T.S. Eliot wrote this poem, he had found Christ. So he was like talking about rebirth, being born again, living life afresh, quest, okay, seeking the truth about the gospel of Jesus Christ. So he was speaking through these lines anyway. That look, why did I undertake this journey? Why did we decide to go on this journey? Is it for birth, for death, or perhaps rebirth? There was a birth, certainly, of course, the birth of Jesus Christ. We had evidence, no doubt. I had seen birth and death, but had thought they were different. This birth was hard and bitter agony for us, like death, our death. We saw the baby Jesus, yes. I thought I knew birth and death, but I was wrong. Jesus' birth did not feel like a positive development, but something full of pain, like it represented our own death. Remember, they presented gold, frankincense, and myrrh, and the myrrh was a representation of the bitterness, of the pain that Jesus had to go through before his death. We return to our places, these kingdoms, but no longer at ease here. In the old dispensation, with an alien people clutching their gods, I should be glad of another death. We went back to our kingdoms and felt like we didn't belong there anymore in the old ways. Of course, they are changed now. Okay? Our people seemed foreign to us with their false idols. I would be happy to encounter another death. Now, this is a kind of a born again, a change of ways. They returned, but yes, they met the people, but that was not what they expected anymore. They don't want to go back to their false idol worship. This is a rebirth, repentance, That's what the poet is saying here. Now, the themes in this poem: one, life's journey. Now, of course, once you're born, you are set on that path. You journey through death. Another main theme here is death and rebirth. Okay, that this the second theme is a reflection of the poet's own personal life. When he journeyed on death and rebirth, he wrote this poem. Okay. Um, thank you very much. This poem is straightforward, it's rich, and it's like a narrative poem. Thank you very much.